Hi, welcome back to Real Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we're here to talk about the movie Last Breath. It is a survival thriller film that is based on a true story of an actual event that happened back in 2012 when three saturation divers were left with a few minutes of oxygen, making them not sitting ducks but sunken ones. They made a documentary of this event in 2019, and this movie in particular is a narratively driven remake of that documentary. Is that any good? Well, let's talk about it. The movie story follows seasoned deep sea divers as they battle the raging elements to rescue their crewmate trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface. Well, I actually had a great time with this movie. Truth be told, I wasn't really expecting much out of the movie, and it was pleasantly surprising with how entertaining it was. Sure enough, it doesn't go without saying that it does have a couple of issues, but I will talk about those later. Right now, I want to talk about the many great things the movie has going for it that all includes how grounded it was, how incredibly tense it was, the beautiful cinematography, and some great acting. What I love the most out of this movie would definitely have to be how realistic they kept this movie. Normally in these kind of true story type of films, they normally dramatize a few things and fudge some facts. But this time around, they made this film feel believably grounded. At this point, however, I do think watching the actual documentary would be a better choice of matter. At least it was a fun watch regardless. Once the situation happens of the diver getting stranded without oxygen, you get some of the most anxiety inducing tension that just puts you on the edge of your seat. This entire film is definitely quite the claustrophobic experience that will make you not ever want to go deep sea diving. I will say that this is a good looking movie. The underwater scenes were beautifully filmed and it made great use of lighting. One thing I didn't quite understand were the aspect ratio changes that happened throughout the movie, because on a visual note, it was very inconsistent. Other than that, the movie's cinematography was stunning. When it comes to the talent in front of the camera, I really enjoyed Woody Harrelson and Simu Liu's performances. I'm not familiar with Finn Cole, but even he did a great job, even though his character was mostly unconscious throughout the majority of the film. As far as everyone goes, I thought they were all great. As far as characters go, the film's storytelling doesn't include any actual character development to make the viewer truly invested. It's hard to be emotionally attached towards a character when there's not much to be said about them. I don't know what else to say, but the movie's writing just feels empty and doesn't give his characters the proper treatment that they deserve. If there's anything else about the movie that truly bothered me, it would have to be the fact that it did have a slow start and some bad sound mixing. Specifically speaking, there are some sound effects that are just obnoxiously loud and grating. With all that said and taken into consideration, I still think this was an enjoyable film. It wasn't the best by any means, but I still had a great time with it regardless. Overall, Last Breath is quite the remarkable and heroic film that is definitely worth diving into. It's a taut, pulse-pounding experience, but yet a bit shallow on the writing. If you can somehow manage to overlook the movie's glaring issues, there's still some enjoyment to be had with it. If anything, this movie is a bit above average at best. I give this movie a B+. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep up my real reviews.